Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about the differences between coverts and overt narcissists, because people usually have doubts regarding what they're dealing with, but I think the victim needs to know and confirm that they're being abused, and so they go to these videos to see if they can find an answer to what's going on with them. And so sometimes overt narcissists are not enough, and that's when covert narcissists come to play. It's not important to really diagnose the person for sure, but what I think victims need is to have more information so that they can confirm that it is in fact abuse and that they're being abused, and confirm that what they're feeling and going through is actually going on. And that's so powerful to realize as a victim, that what's going on with you, it's a thing and it's going on and it happens, because coverts are so subtle as opposed to overt narcissists. They pick these people that are very they can be naive. They think there's good in the world everywhere, that everybody's going to be as good as them. Victims assume that people are good, and if they're not, they cut them slack. That's typically coverts are surrounded by people that cut them slacks. Like they usually find these people that are very empathetic. They are very good people. In this video I'm going to talk about feelings that are involved, and more of a regular person that comes across a narcissist and an overt and a covert, so you can spot them, so you can see clearly the differences. So the overt narcissist is it's the one that you see them coming. They call it the garden variety. It's the one that is so typically full of himself or herself and is so overt that they don't know what they're doing. They're now saying that there's less intelligence in that because it's so obvious to everybody else, and it's kind of ridiculous. They assume they're the best and all that, and they say they lack empathy. But in the case of covert narcissists, the difference is they come across as humble. They don't have Facebook's, Instagram, or if they do, they use it very wisely. They are very wise. It's like the 2.0 narcissist. He has evolved into covert, and so his abuse is hidden, and to everybody he looks kind of normal, because they don't look normal. That's the key. Usually they are surrounded by people that put up with their weirdness, their quirks, they look for people that are good in order for these people to put up with their things. And once they I believe they look for the best people on earth. And I heard a Spanish doctor in psychology talking about psychopaths, because in the European and South America and in Argentina, I'm in Argentina, common idea is more, they talk more about psychopaths than covert narcissists. So here it's more, oh, that's psychopathic, that's a psychopath, and they talk about psychopathy. And so he was saying that these people look for the most naive, good people on earth, those that are altruistic, that want the good for everybody, that are idealist in the sense that they want to spread love, and they are good people, and they always try to help others, and they put up with a lot of defects on other people. So if you're a victim, don't feel like you have a problem. More likely than not, you're a good person and you are dealing with this bad person. Let's put it very simply. Bad behaviors, bad people, toxic people. The covert narcissist abuses in a very covert way, like hidden, and they have mastered the art of abusing, if you call it that. You can call it an art. They do it in ways that when they are doing that to you, you don't realize it's happening. Maybe you don't realize they're abusing you after, I don't know, years. The coverts are usually the ones when you see them in the wild, in the wilderness. They're those that appear humble, and they are always, there's always some depressed state with them, or some deep victim-y state. They portray themselves as victims. They are usually victimized by somebody. Everybody is crazy when they don't get along with them, and so that's a huge red flag there. And they're always putting this pity image, for you to feel sorry for them. It's always like the world has done something wrong to them. In short, they are very passive aggressive. They are very smart in a very malignant way, and because they plan things, they come up with, they spend a lot of time planning things, lucubrating things, and to manipulate people. They're highly, highly manipulative. That's one of the reasons why victims stay with them for longer periods of time. It's not short relationships. They stay with them for longer periods of time because it's so much like a parasite. They suck your energy, they suck the supply from you, but they erode your personality, but in a very subtle way. You don't notice. It's like when you catch the flu, you don't know, until a week after that. That's when the symptoms start to come up. I think covert narcissism works the same way, but in years, and that's so victims don't know they're going through this until you already are deep into the cycle of abuse, and you realize that you're losing your identity, you're losing your best parts of your personality, and you start doubting yourself a lot. There's a lot of gaslighting with the level of skill that you don't know you're being gaslighted. One more thing is that in the description of the DSM-5 and 4, well, that changed a lot. That's one thing I wanted to say. The personality disorders are changing within the DSM-5 and 4, and so yes, I think that's why I say it's a gray area, because for example, they say narcissists lack empathy, but that's not accurate. I mean, it is, because they do bad things and they really don't care. They don't love like we do. They love you for what you can give them, right? So they don't love you as a person. They love parts of you, or whatever it is that you can provide for them. It could be food, a house, sex, social status, whatever it is that you can provide to them, plus the supply, the energy of the admiration and the attention that you're constantly thinking about them, trying to help them. It's always a drama going on, something they need something from you, and they are bad, they feel awful because something's happening. So, and I was going on to something. Oh yeah, I was talking about the empathy. So the empathy part, that's what the DSM-4 and 5 say about the lack of empathy. But they do appear to have empathy. You see, they're very wise in that sense. They are the best actors. They are chameleons. They are one way at home and a different way with their friends. They could be, they appear as if they're very sad with you. Maybe they had a conversation with you about something that happened, and it's very, heartbreaking for them, and it's terrible, and they are victims, and something terrible is happening to them, and then they turn around and go party with their friends like nothing, and then you suddenly see a picture of them smiling like it's the best day of their life. So that's nothing you know, that correlates with reality in them. It's all a ploy, and a pity ploy usually, to keep you hooked and to get supply from you. They're parasites. They're living parasites in human form. And so that's the thing with covert narcissists. They are very dangerous because they can steal years and years from your life. So the only way is to go no contact, and they can fake. Remember, it's not that if you're thinking, oh, but he has empathy, he loves dogs, so it's not like they will be cold as ice. No, they will fake empathy. They will fake empathy. One thing, they will fake empathy for you, for little people, for kids, for whatever they need to do in order to get supply from you. That's the level of skill they have. So they are very dangerous, and they are very confusing. So you need to look for signs that let you know that you're dealing with a toxic person like that. And one sign is how you feel. If you feel that you're giving too much, that your boundaries are completely down, and you're all for that person, you're living for that person, and the other person doesn't give you anything in return, like you feel like you don't deserve anything because they are first, always first, and you feel like you need to be for them all the time, and you're constantly thinking on ways to help them. That's a huge red flag that you're dealing with a covert narcissist or a psychopath. And so go to your friends and family that are very close to you and good people, and go to a therapist, a good therapist. You need to do that, and know that they are faking a lot of the things that victims buy into. They are faking that. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say about the covert narcissists. They are very dangerous in that sense, and they can fake an apology, they can fake empathy, they can fake love. But so I think if you look at the actions, that's a great way to see if you're dealing with a covert narcissist. And I have 19 minutes already. I'm going to edit this down so you can watch this. So yes, I have to run now also. That's why I'm speaking. I'm kind of in a hurry. So yes, that's all I wanted to say. And yeah, take care and go and find the help that you need. And there's always help, and you can get out of that. Please take good care of yourself. You deserve good therapy, people that help you, that protect you. Take care of yourself and put yourself first for once. Okay? Thank you so much. Bye.